Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allahumma ya muqallibal qulub, sabit qulubana ala dinik, la quwata illa billah aliyil azim. Revitalization, regional language education, an effort in maintaining the existence of Sundanese cultures. This paper was written based on the restlessness of my mind and the anxiety on my heart in seeing the reality of Sundanese culture, which is increasingly being reduced due to the enormity of globalization, which has had a significant impact on multidimensional life, especially in the dimension of Sundanese culture. This condition is further exacerbated by the less optimal role and function of education today, which has not been able to be oriented in creating educational people who have self-identity as cultural beings, but still understanding their role in life as citizens of the world community, so it is possible to bring the culture into the world, especially Sundanese, which is now at the lowest point of its existence. This understanding implies a meaning about attitude in facing globalization in a positive paradigm to make globalization a great opportunity to elevate existence by globalizing our culture as a manifestation of the robustness and resilience of our culture. Therefore, these people seek to explain how to revitalize local language education and effort to maintain the existence of the nation's culture. Globalization between trade links and opportunities for Sundanese culture. Culture preservation in an activity that is carried out continuously, directed, integrated as an effort to realize certain goals that reflect something that is permanent, eternal, dynamic, flexible, and selective. Welcoming quality and dignified regional language education. Education in the civilizing process has been not only defined as a process of intellectualism that makes education in civilizing process, which is only based on effort to provide knowledge on certain elements of culture and has neglected elements of other cultural values as fundamental things. Regional language education in a technology approach to paradigm of change. Quality and dignified regional language education is a necessity that needs to be fully understood. This implies that regional language education needs to be oriented toward effort to equip students with 21st century competencies and to build educational people with character and self-identity. The implementation of achievement-oriented education can be done through the development of technology-based regional language education. Reorientation of regional language education effort to give create a cultural futuristic generation. Regional language education must be the main means in producing educated people who are able to live in the mind of changing life in a global format. Therefore, local language educators need to reorient into their life by not only assuming responsibility in the conservation function, which will actually make us shift in the paradigm of life in the romanticism of past Christians, but also oriented toward the function of innovation that is transformative toward multidimensional life. This is because we must be able to look to the future instead of looking to the past. Leuwih loba nyawang kahareup batan nyoreang katuka. Thus, it will be able to create generation with an insight into the future, but still have their own identity. Related to the statement above, the reorientation of regional language education need to replace the character development agenda as the main goal above their goals. Development in regional language education must be oriented to produce educated people who have an adaptive attitude to the time and understands their role in life as citizen of the world community with self-identity while upholding the ideas of local culture. In addition, development in regional language education must aim to produce educated people with transformative qualities that have transformative power by relying on culture and religious values and upholding human values. In this research, Hasanuddin revealed that there are manifestations of a leader, which is this term is called the 5 noble species of Sundanese leadership, which are as follows. Nyaur kudu diukur, nyabda kudu diunggang. That is, the leader's word must be measurable and this word must be considered. This understanding means that a leader must have a wise attitude and be able to be a person who is critical and polite. A leader must think wisely every word he wants to convey to the public or the people. In addition, a leader must always consider everything carefully before making a decision. Nu lain kudu dilainkeun, nu nya kudu dinyakeun, nu ulah kudu diulahkeun. This means that a leader must have a honest nature and be objective and firm in various situations. A leader must be able to uphold the value of truth above anything else. A leader must be brave and firm to say what is right, and what is wrong is wrong. Thus, a leader must be able to keep this conscience pure and away from lying behavior. Sacangret bagus sagolek pancake. This means that a leader must be able to hold on this position and not break promise and be steady in thinking and deciding something. A leader must carry our promise wholeheartedly. He had to prove everything that he had promised and not just a small talk. In addition, leader must have firm principle in fighting for the faith of the people. Tegedag bulu salambar. This means that leaders are not afraid to face challenge. Leader must have the courage to speak the truth no matter what. Leader must have a brave attitude in any case and be willing to sacrifice for the sake of the people and their nation. Kudu yang hulu ka hukum nunjang ka negara, mupakat ka balarea. This means that the leader must be offered the law, be based on the provision of the state and agree with the provision of the people. Leader must be able to import the law and not indiscriminately. State provision must be a reference and do not turn to private parties on any party. The interest of the state must be a top priority. The 5 noble species have character values that must be possessed by a leader. The true leader has noble character values by always upholding the values of justice and security. In addition, futuristic leaders are future-minded leaders who in each of their policies and are always future-oriented. Even the ideas and policies of futuristic leaders will be able to become a frame of reference for future leadership. The 5 noble species above have implication for a regional language education, which must be able to produce readers to the internalization of cultural values in education. This is according with Witagama opinions, which reveal that education cannot be separated from culture that exists in a society. Education must be able to carry out and conservation function in maintaining and preserving the noble values of Sundanese culture to the internalization of Sundanese cultural values in education. Conclusion. The 21st century is accompanied by the dynamic and progressive development of science and technology. Indonesia is a country that has cultural diversity. Each culture has essential characteristics that differ from one another. Cultural preservation is an activity that is carried out continuously directed and integrated as an effort to realize the certain goal that reflects something permanent, eternal, dynamic, flexible, and selective. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.